Whoo, child. Okay, y'all. So I'm in this group, right? And it's a group of ladies. There are 7 of us, and it's an online group. It's on Facebook, and it's a very, very small group. And I've never met I met one of the women. I met her in Huntsville at a doctor's office, and we was just talking because I was contemplating having gastric sleeve, the weight loss surgery, because after I had my son, 6 months after I had my son, I put on a whole bunch of weight. Like within the first year of having him, I gained like 60 pounds, 70 pounds, and it was hard to get off of it. And so I went to try to, I got approved for the surgery and everything. And when it was time to have it, I got scared. I got scared. I was like, I can lose this weight on my own. I can get back to me on my own. And that's what I've been doing. And while I was sitting in the doctor's office, I was speaking with the woman there, and we just started talking about living marriage Huntsville, and she was telling me some stuff, and I was telling her some things, and then we somehow became friends on Facebook, got into this little group, and it's just this group, right? Okay, so she added one of her friends from work to the group, and the lady that I was speaking with, she has seen Melody around. She doesn't know her personally, but she's seen her around even before the show, and so has her friend. Now, the woman that I met at the doctor's office, she's a fan of Mel. Her friend is not. So there was this conversation. We were on a conference call, and her friend was like, why do you like Mel so much? I don't like her. She's sneaky. She's conniving. She was just going on and on and on. And so I had to break it down to her. And I explained this briefly in a video that I posted as well. But this is why I like Mel. I'm going to go ahead and try to break down the show from my perspective. Now, in season 1, I did not like Melody. I did not like Melody. She seemed so fake to me, and it wasn't giving. I loved Kimmy, and I felt pity for Tisha. This is the beginning, right? And season 2, I still did not like Melody. Everything had came out about Ariana, and I'm like, this man is disrespecting her. She's trying to make it seem like her life is so perfect, and baby, your husband is out here with a whole girlfriend. And that made me dislike her even more, because I viewed Melody as being weak. Now, when we get to the portion when she got pregnant with Sugar Mama, and it just seemed like, okay, she was getting fed up. I still didn't too much like her. I love Kimmy, and I like Tisha. Once she left Martell, it was just something in her that clicked, and it clicked in me as well. I was like, okay, she's leaving this man. She's getting a backbone. She's becoming the woman that her daughter needs her to see. Like, she's building up the courage and the confidence to be, to show them what a woman should be. And that's when my like for Melody came along. I still loved Kimmy, because Kimmy just seemed so real. She was unbiased. Like, even though she was married to Maurice, she still stood for what she believed was right. So as the episodes progressed and the seasons progressed, and everything was just happening, I started to fall in love with Mel more and more when the cast started to turn against her for no apparent reason. It just seemed to me like everybody was ganging up on her because she wasn't failing the way that everybody wanted for her to fail. Tisha's jealousy started to come out. The sneakiness in Tisha started to come out. I started to dislike Tisha. I still was in the mix of loving Kimmy, because I'm like, this woman here, like, she's just a woman in whole. She's a woman in full. And then the reunion came where Kimmy was like, if her and Tisha weren't married to brothers, they wouldn't be friends. And the next season pop up, and all of a sudden you see Maurice pushing for Kimmy and Tisha to hang out more. Oh, your bestie here, your sister this, your sister that. And it seemed like, Kimmy was just not having it. She didn't want it, and she was being forced into a corner. It's like she had to choose. It's either you're a Scott or you're defending Melody. While Martell was going through the emotional state that he was going through because of the situation that he caused on himself by cheating and ruining his family, he was ganging up with the other cast members to go against Mel. And it's like Kimmy just fell in the mix. She just fell for it. It's like she had no choice. She had a choice, but she didn't have a choice. And she started to do little sneaky stuff, and she was siding against Mel. And that's where my dislike for Kimmy came in, because it's like she allowed Maurice to really put her in a corner and turn her against Mel, when it was obvious that, initially that's not what she wanted. And she didn't stand up to Maurice like she should have. Even though that's her husband, she's still her own woman. You're a grown woman. You don't have to settle for, taking what this man say. You're older than him. You have your own job, your own career. You have a grown son. Like, have a backbone. And it seemed like at that point, when Maurice gave Kimmy the ultimatum of either being a Scott or being for Mel, she lost me. She lost me there, and my love for Melody grew. It grew because everybody, even the people that she was bringing on the show, Destiny, supposed to be her friend, turned on her. Stormy, supposed to be her friend, turned on her. And the only person that was really standing by her and keeping it real was Kiki. And Kiki's don't get me wrong now, Kiki's a sneaky little slimy little thing, but I like her. I like her because at the end of the day, yeah, she was going back and forth telling Tisha this and that, telling Mel this and that, but she admitted to it. And then when I went back to watch the previous seasons, because Letitia Love said, she tried to ruin my marriage. She tried to ruin my marriage. And when you go back and you look at everything, no, she didn't. Martell was the one that brought up the allegations of Maurice, not Maurice, but hell, Maurice too, but Marceau cheating on Letitia. They ignored it. They ignored that Martell was the one that put this out there. Just like they ignored that Kimmy was the one that put out that Martell was cheating on Mel. And then, okay, so Mel just opened up about it. They would love for people to believe that Melody was the one that started the rumors about Marcel cheating. Melody was the one that put out that Marcel was cheating, when that, in fact, was not the case. And I told this woman, I'm like, look, Mel could be everything that they say she is. She could be a mean girl. She could be messy. She could be the pot stirrer. But it's the fact that I don't see that. She doesn't give that. She doesn't show that in full. And I'm going off of what I see. And even if it turned out to the point now where I can see that she is everything that they said she was, I probably wouldn't even give a damn. I'm being honest, I wouldn't even give a damn, because instead of them focusing on their lives, they are trying so hard to bring this woman down. This woman has 4 kids. Her husband has a whole outside child. His mistress was taunting her. She was all on the internet, harassing this girl. And it's the fact that they didn't even when they saw what Ariane was doing and saying how Martell was trying to bring her down, nobody stood with her. Nobody stood with her. Nobody tried to help her. Nobody tried to comfort her. This girl had to stand up by herself to all of these people. And that shows strength. I'm quite sure when the cameras went off, she cried. She probably called her mom. Like, I'm quite sure she broke down many and plenty of nights when those cameras weren't running. But when they came on, she showed a straight face to everybody, to the world. She showed herself trying to pick herself up and trying to move on and rebuild. And that's what life is. And women empowerment, because I'm all for women. I said this for years, and I stand on that. I'm a woman's woman, and I'm all for women winning. And when you can pick yourself up in front of the entire world, and rebuild your life and rebuild your businesses and actually succeed in it while raising 4 kids, I take my hat off to you. Like, I think that deserves some respect, and that also deserves some praise, because not everyone can do it. Not everyone can do that, and she did it. And for that reason, and that reason alone, I will forever respect this woman. I will forever have a sense of love for this woman, this complete stranger, because she's the epitome of, women's strength, being a strong black woman. And even though, no one's perfect. Nobody is perfect. But the way they tried to tear her down and they tried to gang up her, even Carlos, like on that reunion when he tried to belittle Mel and make it seem like Ariane was everything Martell wanted, when in actuality she's nothing that he want. And she stood up to him and she didn't allow Carlos to do that to her. She didn't do nothing but gain even more respect from me. And that's more of what we need in our culture, like in our society. Like, that's more of what black women need. We need to see more of that. We need to be more of that, because in this day and age, black women are the most disrespected women on earth, the most disrespected people on earth, period. And they look for us to fail. They look for us to crumble. We have little to no support from a black man, whether gay or straight. We have little to no support. And then the black women that should stand with us and help us and comfort us and strengthen us, all they want to do is bring us down. So yeah, like, I have a lot of respect for Mel. I have a lot of love for Mel, and that's not going to change. And I think that if people stop looking at judging and wanting to hate her for what they think she is and what they think she's doing, and focus on what she's really showing us and giving us, which is courage. She's giving a lot of women courage to leave their husbands, abusive husbands, manipulative husbands, unsupportive husbands, and showing them that as a single woman, you can do this thing. You can, as a single mother, you can do this thing called life. And that is what I think people need to focus more on, her message. And a lot of people are missing it. And that's where a lot of failures come in. Well, that was my little rant for today. Well, not even today, because I will be posting again later on. But I just had to get that out, because she was so confused as to why I like Mel so much. I didn't like her in the beginning because she was giving me fake. She was just giving me fake and phony, and I couldn't deal with it. However, when she built up the courage to leave Martell, which I know was hard, especially with 4 kids, a newborn at that, being embarrassed in front of the entire world, being harassed by your husband's mistress, I was like, oh yeah, okay, like, this is my type of girl. Like, because, baby, we stumble, but we don't fall. We bend, but we do not break. And that is what draws me constantly, daily, to Mel. Her daily affirmations, her posts, her videos is encouraging, it's inspiring. And I love that about her. And baby, that there is not going to change. So until the next one, you guys take that in, listen to that. Just reflect on it. Reflect on yourselves. Like, we just got to continue to try to uplift ourselves, build ourselves up, so we can do that for our sisters, for the next woman. Try to minimize some of this hate that we have for each other, and try to minimize some of this disdain and this jealousy that we have for each other, and try to lift each other up, build each other up, empower each other, grow this tribe that we could have if we all just put aside the pettiness, the drama, the jealousy, and the bullcrap. Talk to you guys later. Bye.